Let's go. All right. This is episode 16. Welcome back, Spark Your Interest podcast. And today, special guest, Grant McGregor. How are you, mate?
What's up, buddy?
Good
Thanks
to have
for
you
having
in.
us.
No, that's all right. I'm glad you're here.
It's nice to be up in your office you got here.
First time.
You've got it set up really well.
That's nice, eh? Well, we were filming it in here, and then now we're doing it with this. We need a bit of a casting couch, little setup. I don't need to get a little table and stuff set up, so it's a bit more professional than sitting in the office chairs.
I'm really impressed by this soundboard.
It's good, hey?
I'm hoping you're going to test some of these buttons out.
Yeah, I'll give you. So this is courtesy of the
Scrambled Heads FM. Scrambled Heads FM.
We've borrowed it from the Scrambled Heads podcast. So if you
Shout out to them.
if you want something to listen to, you got to be open minded. It is probably one of the funniest things I've ever listened to. It's like 5 dudes that just drinking beers and sending it and talking absolute shit. But it's pretty funny. So I might link a link
So
to that.
probably not like this episode coming up.
No. This is serious. This is serious. So I guess talk to me a little bit about what you do, mate. Like what's your life entail, your job, everything, your career? Tell us a bit about it. Background, everything.
Well,
what have you done?
Well, buddy, I moved up here when I was 19, up to the area, into Ballina. So that was quite some time ago. And I went to uni up here, went to Southern Cross, and lived in Bell. Worked for a surf shop in the area. Back in the day, it was Beach Life. They had a few surf shops around here. And one in Lennox, 2 in Bell. And had a pretty good life. Those were the glory days back in doing uni. No stress, no worries.
Just easy.
No commitments, no responsibilities.
Would have been good back then. Less people.
Just it wasn't crowded at all. Surf was pumping. It was just good memories.
Yeah.
And then I got the bug to go travel, and I went off traveling, and I was on a round the world ticket, and I went back to South America. I actually went to school in South America when I was like 16.
You might have to talk a bit closer. I think it's cutting out a bit.
So yes, I went back to Brazil to see some friends there, and then I made my way up to the States. And in the States, I started working. I got a couple of jobs in the States. It was pretty interesting. I was working in construction to start, and that was a bit of a laugh because I was kind of working
in America as well.
Yeah, and
lower class over there compared to here.
Yeah,
you noticed that?
Oh, yeah. Like the workers I was working with, there was 2 camps. There was the Mexicans, and then there was the ex-crackheads kind of / jailbirds.
Yeah.
And I slotted in really well with the Mexicans.
Yeah.
And they looked after me.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people say tradies in Australia are like glorified, like compared to everywhere else in the world. Like tradies are like put on almost like pedestals, they make good money. And
they do really well.
They do well. Like it's not seen as a low class, like it probably is to some people, but like, it's a viable career to a lot of people. Like,
absolutely.
It's still not really pushed in schools though. Like I feel like it's weird that it's not.
I wish it was pushed in schools more. I'd
be
so stoked if my lad was to grow up and be a builder or a sparky.
Just having more people come and talk in schools about it, like especially about getting females in the trade and stuff. Like get some people in the schools talking about it and going, mate, you can leave school at 16 or 18 or whatever and go straight in a job making money, and then by the time you're 20, you're qualified making like proper money.
Yeah.
Like, and then most guys that sort of do that, running their own businesses by like early 20s, making proper good money. So, it's pretty. And then you got the people that kind of went to uni and then they do their courses and they're probably at the same age where you're making money as a tradie and they might only be sort of just slipping into the start of their career and stuff.
Man, I just paid off my uni debt.
Really?
Yep. And I'm 43.
And as a tradie, you pretty much get paid to go to school.
That's
and
right.
your employer pays for all your schooling. So.
Yeah. I didn't really do much with my degree. I think one thing about going to university is it teaches you how to learn.
Yeah.
And that's been a good skill.
Yeah.
Because I've been able to pick up different things. But yeah, I would have been quite happy to have been channeled into a trade. I think the generation before mine, like my parents' generation, that was the way you did things. There was loads of blue collar jobs.
Yeah.
It was all about industry. And then I think they kind of didn't want that for us, so they channeled us.
Well, there's the big push of like IT as well, like came through of like this is the future. Like be getting computers because that's the future and everything's going to be computers and like the trade industry kind of probably died out. That would have been like your sort of age group leaving school and stuff where like that's starting to get big and computers are coming in and start getting, and there would have been so many people pushed into IT and programming. Yeah. And they're probably going to be fucked now of AI and stuff like that. Hey, with like doing that sort of stuff. So it's like crazy how like, I guess you're lucky as a tradie how you can, you're always going to need to use your hands, I guess. So yeah,
there's always going to be that work there.
You're always going to need it, until robots take over. But hopefully we're not in our lifetime.
I can't see robots taking over electrical trades.
Hopefully not.
No. Oh, there's definitely going to be ways that AI can complement the industry. Yeah, and that's with a lot of industries. Yeah, but I think we're a long way from robotics taking over the jobs completely.
Hopefully.
So yeah, I was in the States, and one of the other jobs I had there was working on fishing boats, and we were working on squid fishing boats and tuna fishing boats, and they were a bunch of cowboys too, the squid fishers, and I was speaking to a mate of mine, and he was in Spain working on boats at the same time. And he said, "Dude, get over here if you want to work on boats. It's way better money. Yeah, and they're better boats." Yeah. I was like, cool. So I pretty much spent the last bit of money I had, got over there to Mallorca, and 12 years later, mate, I came back. Yeah. So I ended up being at sea for 12 years. Yeah. Yeah. I did sea time. I really got into it. I thought, this is a ladder I wanted to climb. Yeah.
Become the captain.
And did the sea time. You go to school. I went to school in Warsash in Southampton, which is a maritime academy in the UK. Back to sea, back to school, and you work your way up. It's like a trade. Yeah. It really is like a trade. And you start at the bottom like you do as an electrical apprentice too. You got to learn how to do the dirty jobs before anyone respect you when you get to the top. If you don't have that knowledge.
Working your way up the ladder.
Yeah. People will see it. Yeah. When you get to the top and you don't have that knowledge, people underneath you will go, they just won't respect you.
Mutiny.
Mutiny. and you need to be respected to be a good leader. Yep. I think you've got that. Yep. Good leadership skills. You've got a few guys underneath you.
Yeah. Yeah, we got 20 crew, so it's I guess there's different ways of being a leader. Yeah. People do it in different ways. You can be, I guess it's like the scary leader that people are scared of, or the people that, the person that you can come to with a problem. And I think that's the kind of way I've more gone about. Like, you obviously still got to put, your foot down if you have to, but I think the way we've done it is a bit differently. It's, it's more comes down to that culture of the business of people, can come to you with issues, and it's not a big deal. You know? You're not going to cut someone down for doing the wrong thing or anything like that. You want to help people. And that's like one of our goals is to help people here. Like, we want to grow good tradies. We want to put people through a good apprenticeship and make sure that we're helping the industry by getting, it's not about making money. It's about,
making money is a byproduct of
it's like cycling people through and and enjoying it. I don't just want to be a machine that's just turning over and going, why didn't you make money on that job? Why didn't we make money on that? That's not what it's all about. That's when you start getting in your head that you're not going to enjoy what you do. And I love what I do. I love this every day. I don't have a day where I wake up and don't want to go to work. Yeah. Bounce out of bed, we train in the morning, and then I go to work and I'm sweet. I love it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I think the most I had on one boat underneath me was 23 when I was a captain. That was the last job I had. That was for 5 years in the Middle East. And you do have 23 little kids. Yeah. Because all of their problems become your problems.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. Yeah, yeah.
And that can be stressful. Yeah. Because you're taking on a lot. And to be able to get the most out of people and to see them perform at their best, which elevates the rest of the team, the rest of your the workers that you've got. You need to take the time to be able to listen to them and guide them. Be invested in their training and their education. I was always really keen on teaching them as much as I could. Yeah. Especially the deck crew. There wasn't too much I could have taught the interior crew or the chefs. But the deck crew, the only way that they can learn is from what you pass down to them. Yeah. And some other people or some other captains I've worked for, the knowledge was the power. Yeah. And they weren't really willing to share that easily.
Yeah.
They weren't willing to give you time at the stick and I just thought that was kind of like, that's a bit selfish. That's not how you're going to advance others around you.
Yeah, 100%. Share the knowledge.
Share the knowledge.
Share the wealth. Build everyone up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I hung up my hat like 6 years ago. We moved back to the area here, back to Lennox, and I got a surf shop.
Yeah. Back to the old roots.
Yeah, that was really all I knew how to do in Australia.
Yeah.
And I thought, yep, that would be good. That would be a good lifestyle. And that was a shock because it was a tough lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because being a business owner, as you know.
In a small town as well.
In a small town, seasonal.
Yeah.
You've got to wear a lot of hats.
Mm.
Yeah. And, so that was a big eye-opener. So I had to retool myself.
Yeah.
I hit the books again.
Yeah.
We were bricks and mortar, but we were also selling online.
Yeah.
We had a web store. And I got into digital marketing. And I found that like a really interesting little rabbit hole for me about learning how to grow businesses through paid advertising, SEO and websites and all of that interesting stuff. And we had a good run with it. And then after a few years of doing that, I was actually contracted by an agency in the States to do digital marketing for them. Yeah, so I was moonlighting. As I say, I was working in the shop and also working for an agency in the States that managed $100 million in ad spend every year.
Wow.
Big company.
That's wild.
Working with some big players. And that was a really good learning experience.
Yeah.
I had some big accounts there. And I was enjoying that.
Yeah.
And I kind of took what I learned from there, and there was people in my local area and people within Australia that I thought I could help.
Yeah.
And started to offer them my services. And that kind of grew into starting my own agency.
Yeah.
And now I work with some pretty awesome companies that I help them grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. And I think it's like one of those things that people don't think is an important part of their business. You know what I mean? Like people don't, like so many people start a business without even setting up a website. And mate, I still look at Sparkies in the area, and then you like, someone pop up on Google or someone, this guy got that job. And I'm like, I'll look them up and see who it is. And I'm like, fucking, they don't even exist online. Like I don't even know how you can go about running a business without a heavy online presence. And I know we're pretty heavy on with our website and social media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
these days a website is just a business card. Really.
That's what I mean. Like,
you've got to have one.
You listen to people like whatever it's business coaches or whatever saying, you got to go and hand out flyers and do this and do that. And it's like that, man, that shit doesn't work. Like you put a flyer on someone's door, they're not calling you off a flyer. The first thing someone's going to do, which what we all do now, is type in to Google.
Yep.
That's the first place you go. If you need something done,
we jump on our
if
phone.
You're not asking for a recommendation from someone, like word of mouth will still always, to me, be the best place that we get work from, because you're getting it's still, that's a good way of getting business through word of mouth, and people always say that's the best way. But everyone else, like the other way people are going to find you is through like someone Googling electrician.
Yep.
And then if you're not on that first page,
you're
not going to get a phone call.
Oh, I think, how long have I known you for now? Probably 7 years.
Yeah, since
just before our daughters were born.
Yeah.
So 7 years. I think not long after that, just as you started, you went out solo. I think one of the first gigs I helped you do was set up your Google My Business.
Yeah.
And that would be the first thing I recommend people do.
Yeah.
You've got to do it. It's somewhere where you can post constantly as well. You keep it updated. You can put photos of your work.
Yeah.
You've got your business hours. And you come up in Google Maps. People are going to find your website. They're going to find your number. They can call you directly from it. So if people have got a problem in the area, then they're going to jump on their phone, and you need to be like in the top 3 or 4.
Yeah. 100%. And that's it. They're going to work their way down from probably the top, and then look at your reviews as well, and then go off
reviews.
that.
Reviews, And relationship management is another really important thing because business is all about relationships, and you've got to be able to show to people that you look after your customers because effectively you're in the service industry.
Yeah. Yeah, we provide a service. Yeah.
Provide a service.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like going to a cafe. You're looking at a cafe and there's one and then there's another one and there's one with 50 5-star reviews and there's one with none.
Yep.
You're probably going to go to the one with all the good reviews. And it's the same thing with a trade. And I think people don't push the review. It is hard. It's hard to get people to leave reviews out because it's, oh, you're right. Yeah, I'll do it. And we push people. We have it at the bottom of every invoice saying, like, if you can take the time to leave a review.
Do you have a link that goes directly to your GMB page?
Yeah. So that link at the bottom of every invoice says if you take time to do this.
Yep.
But then, you know, that also opens you up for, like, bad reviews as well.
Absolutely.
So you obviously
what do you do with a bad review?
Do
you ignore it?
No, we just had a first 1-star review.
Yeah.
But we resolved it with the person. Yeah. And they took it down. Yeah. So it actually was resolved, but they had left it. I didn't know. I didn't see it. And they had actually left a review because they were overcharged and it was a mistake. But because we go off the invoicing what the guys put on site, and, you know, we've got 20 guys. So someone puts down they're there for 2 hours, and then that person came to us and said, oh, I've been charged 2 hours. They're actually there for an hour. So we go, oh, sorry. Well, it must have been a typo, and here's some money back. But they had gone and written a 1-star review. Yeah. Straight. First thing they did, boom.
People are going to do it.
Really nice guys. Really happy to work with them, but but they overcharged me for an easy job and never use them again. And it's like, mate, come on, mate.
You did the right thing. You've got to address it. Yeah. You've got to address it. Even if you leave a comment under their review, just explaining your side of the story.
We had another one. Yeah. I think it's still on there. Yeah. But because we've got so many more 5 stars, you can't see it anymore. Yeah. So we had a guy, it was like a telemarketer that was just kept calling me about doing Google stuff. Yeah. And I was like, mate, nah, it's all good. I don't want
to. I remember that.
I told you
that. Was years ago.
Yeah. It was when we first started. I remember it was like, we'd only had like 5 reviews or something. Yeah. And he kept calling me. And I was like, and I just kind of let him, I'm like, oh yeah, no, like I'll figure it out. Yeah, maybe, mate. Like, I might, like, I'm not. And instead of just going, mate, I don't want your help. And he kept calling me. And then Jared, my business partner, goes, give me the fucking phone. One day he took the phone and he goes, mate, fuck off. Yeah. And just hung up the phone. And then 2 seconds later, 1-star review on Google. Yeah. Pablo Escobar. Didn't say anything, just said Pablo Escobar.
That's right.
1-star review. And then I remember seeing it, I was like, you got to reply to it. And I was like, fuck, what do you say? So I just made up something funny, like, oh, sorry, mate, we couldn't break you out of jail, but there's no reason to leave us a 1-star review, you know? So, oh, it kills me, though. It kills me because you build something up. Yeah. And I don't think people realize how bad that can be for a business as well, like to leave a bad review. Like, I think you just got to think about that before you do that. You know, people might be having a bad day. Like, we go to a cafe and, you know, if you had a bit of shit service, I don't think it means you should sit there and give a 1-star review. No. You know, and you'd have that. Like when you had the surf shop, you know, so you might have a new person that you've trained in there and you're not in that day, and then something goes wrong, and then a customer comes in there and then leaves you a 1-star review on that. It's pretty shit. Like,
it's brutal.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. Like, it says more about the person leaving the review than it does about your business.
I guess we're lucky that we have a trace of the people so we can privately contact them. But if you had someone come in your shop and do it and you've got no way of getting back to that person, it's pretty hard. And that's I see some of the reviews that people get left, like other Sparkies have a look and see, and it's like some of the stuff's so bad. And it's just like not like the Sparky's done something wrong, it's just like someone complaining. Yeah. And it's like, it's just not fair. Because then they've got they're rated, if that's the only review they get, and they're just rated 1 star on Google because of it, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's harsh.
Yeah, it's harsh.
People are too easy to complain these days. We know that. Especially in Lennox. There's a lot of complainers.
A lot of whingers, hey?
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of whingers. I actually try and get the girls. I'm like, mate, if maybe take that off the invoice if someone wouldn't be happy. But we're good at resolving stuff, and that's where it comes into that's having good management. Yeah. Because I don't want anyone to ever have a bad experience with us, and that's what they actually said to the guy. Mate, I'm so sorry you had that experience, and that's not because he said I'll never use you again. I'm like, that's not what we're about. I said, you look at it. We got 40 something 5-star reviews, and that's just on Google. But we're doing hundreds of jobs, thousands of jobs a year, whatever, and we never had this.
Yeah.
So obviously it's a one-off. Like you can't just go and say that. You know what I mean? Otherwise we wouldn't have 12 cars on the road if we were a fucking 1-star business.
Yeah.
You know? So
and other people know that as well.
yeah, that's it. And it makes them almost look stupid because they're the one person that's like, everyone's left a good review and you've left why have you done that?
Yeah.
Like, it's obviously you.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not happy with the price or something, maybe you should have had that conversation before or something, you know what I mean? Like, it's people complaining about stupid things sometimes. So,
well, these days there's also some software that is really helpful for helping businesses like yours automate those reviews as well.
Yeah.
So you can have automated text messaging come out.
Yeah.
You can send people texts that give them a link straight to their phone to do it and make it as easy as possible.
Yeah.
And like getting your business like ranked up in the top 3 in Google My Business and Google Maps, if you're like adding new photos on there all the time, if you keeping your business times updated, if you're posting regularly on there, that's going to help.
And that's the thing, it's another job then. So that's why going to someone like you is so much easier because once you start doing it, you're going, fuck, this is actually like, there's a lot involved and like there's to read that.
We got you ranked up there number 1, like at record speed. The way that we did that was by doing all these things: accurate business info, client reviews, your business hours, your photos, taking photos of all your work. Yeah. But the other way we did it was like with some local SEO strategy as well, which is getting you listed in a bunch of different directories. Yeah. And that tells Google that, hey, this business is pretty important. Yeah. They're in all these directories. And
that's what pumps you up.
That's what pumps you up. It's not like the only thing you need to do. There's a handful of other things that you need to do, but that would be, if I was giving advice to someone, that would be what I'd tell them the first thing is to do.
I think having a good website as well. Like we've spent a lot of money on our website, but it looks really good. Yeah. And then you got to remember, if their first impression of you, it's like, you know, saying when you have face value of someone's now going to judge you by your website. So if you've got a shit website with generic photos from, I don't know, so many Sparkies in there that's just got generic photos from Google. Yep. Like that they've obviously paid someone to make a website and it's just a piece of shit. It just looks shit. It's just got like some dude in a hard hat stripping cable and it's in like America or something. It just doesn't, I don't know, just to me, I'm just like, someone's just done a half-assed website, whereas you go on ours, we've got videos and we got testimonials and everything on there. And it's like, you can't look at that. And I reckon, without being biased, it's probably the best electrician's website I've ever seen.
You've got a knack for design, don't you?
It looks good, yeah. And we work with a graphic designer to do all that. Yep. But I think it looks good. But to me, it comes down to we've created a brand. Yeah. And that's part of the brand, like having a good website. Yep. Having a good logo, all that stuff comes into it. You got to have something that, if you can build a brand,
absolutely,
like that's you know, it's what people see. Yep. People want to use it. People want to use it. Oh yeah, I see those guys everywhere. You know, it's a logo that sticks in your head or whatever. So
no, you've done an amazing job with it, mate. You've definitely got an eye for design.
Yeah, it's all part of it. It's all and that's why I think having a good website, because I get so many people now. So there's like a heap of developers that come from Melbourne or Sydney and stuff like that. So they're going to Google, we're doing a job. We're going to Google commercial electrician Ballina because we're doing a job in Ballina, and we're come up first. Yep. And then they open the website and it's like, boom, like, these guys do exactly what we need to do. But if they open the website and it's just like stock generic photos and it's like, mate, these guys, I don't know. Yeah. You're going to get a weird feeling off it, aren't you?
The images that you put up there and the words that you use to describe your business are all really important. And
as like for searching and stuff like that?
Yeah. Because you've got to know like the keywords that your potential clients are looking for. Yeah. And, you know, emergency electrician, Lennox Head. Yep. And that's a pretty common search.
I don't want to do that anymore though.
No, done with that?
Done with that. Done with the emergency work.
Done with the small fish?
No, not the small fish. Just getting the late night. I actually had one the other day, and a guy was calling me because we've got 24/7 on there. So like, I think when people search at night, we still come up because it says 24/7. This guy's calling me about his caravan. He's like, "Oh, my caravan. I'm at the caravan park in Byron, and I got no power to my caravan."
Oh.
It was like 9 o'clock at night, and I was like, I can't say no. So I was on the phone to him, and like Laura's next to me in bed. It's like, who's that? And I was like, have you looked in the switchboard?
He's
like,
a good guy.
Nah, I haven't. I was like, well, we'll find your switchboard in your caravan because it's probably just something tripped in there. And I'm just talking him through it, and I was like, maybe I need to take that off.
Yeah.
If I'm talking to people at 9 o'clock at night in bed about their bloody caravans, but
Well,
I can't say no.
There's some automation that you can get where if someone's calling your phone. I mean, do you have a 1-800 number?
We don't. We've just got a mobile that we've just always had the same mobile number. That's like we divert to our phones. Yeah, we just divert it.
Well, you can get a 1-800 number that diverts to a business, to a mobile. And if that mobile isn't answered, they automatically get sent a text message.
Yeah, that's good.
So
that's good. Hey?
You're not losing business.
Yeah,
you're showing people that you care, and you're going to follow up with them. And
we'll give you a call tomorrow, sort of thing. Yeah,
we'll follow up.
Yeah, because that's the other thing. Hey, if people need someone, they'll just. I've had that before where I'll have a missed call. I'll call them back within 5 minutes. And like, oh, it's all good. I've sorted it. So they'll just work down.
Yep, totally. It's a higher level of service. That's what they want. Yeah, they want the job fixed, but they want the best service they can get as well. That's it, and if you can provide that, it's all in those details. How fast you follow up, how you follow up, how your communications are with them, and if your website's looking good, it's got the right keywords on it. If it's optimized for mobile, is a massive one. 90% of traffic's on mobile. If your website's not optimized for mobile, people are going to spend any time on it. It just makes it too hard.
Yeah, that's it. So say someone comes to you, they've just started a business and they don't really know where to start, don't have a website. They're like, all right, I've started my business. I want to work for myself, but I don't really have much work. What should I do? What's like, how would you help them?
Top 5 things. Set up a GMB account, Google My Business. Get them an optimized website. So we do the keyword research, all the SEO on it. We start running paid ads with Google. We start running paid ads on Facebook and Instagram. And we create some content for them, help them with some content for the website and a plan for their social. Those 5 things are like the profit powerhouse. That's the blueprint for hitting like 0 to 120K a year for a tradie.
Do you reckon socials works with paid ads wise? Do you reckon that works for getting work with?
Organically, I think it's hard.
Organically,
I think it's hard to get leads. But it can happen. But what happens is once you get people into your network, into your funnel, they've visited your website once, you can retarget them with content that you've made. And you're always top of mind then. They're always seeing you. They're always hearing you everywhere they come.
It's staying relevant, hey?
It's staying relevant. And then they know as soon as they've got an issue or when they have another issue that they didn't go with you the first time on, you're next. Like, you'll be the first person they call.
That's it, eh?
So, definitely paid ads on Google is like a surefire way to start getting leads in quickly.
And how much do you reckon someone needs to spend? I guess that's the thing that scares people. Like, I pay them for ads. Like, I don't know. Like, it does pay off. And you can track all that through ads. You
need to set up the tracking first. Otherwise, you're kind of playing against the house, and the house is always going to win. But if you set up your traffic right, and you know you're prepared to spend and invest a bit of money first, you will start to beat the house. These algorithms and these advertising platforms will make you money, and you will down the track make way more money than what you were investing at the start. And it just takes time to crack that code for your business.
I see there's a company in the area that I see is like there's probably about 2 or 3, and then when I go on Google or whatever, they're always there.
They're there.
Always. I'm like, they must be putting a fair bit of money into it. and they're always there. YouTube
Maybe.
popping up, but
Yep. Depends on how competitive the auction is in the area.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you might be in a place where not many people are doing that. So, because I like sometimes, I don't think many people would be doing it. It's almost like you can tell if someone might be a little bit quiet because they'll pop up like someone that's never done it and then they started doing it.
Yeah.
Whereas there's other people that have always just done it, and I think it's a good thing just to always run. Like we'll just run ads.
Yeah.
We'll just run ads whenever. Just
Absolutely.
because it's that thing of staying relevant. So it doesn't matter if even if you're busy.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You can still run ads.
Yeah.
You don't have to run ads when you're quiet.
Oh,
It's just like a
really easy,
ticking over.
basic strategy for someone, an electrician or a tradie or anyone in the service industry that's running their own ads, is just gauge the quality of your organic content.
Yeah.
If you've got a post that's done really well organically, it's got a lot of likes and a lot of comments, just boost it.
Yeah.
And target the
Spend
local
$40.
demographic area.
Yeah.
That's a super simple way to stay relevant.
Yeah.
But you asked me like how much should someone be investing? How much should they pay on ads? It's kind of like how long is a piece of string, and there is an answer to that, an equidistance from the center to the outside if you fold it in half.
Yeah.
But it depends on the business itself. That the first thing we do is sit down with them and figure out what does a customer cost you to acquire? What is the lifetime value of a customer to you? And what is the customer's average order from you?
Yeah.
These are the basic KPIs
Yeah.
that every business owner needs to understand before they start spending money on paid media. So you've got probably an idea of what your average invoice is.
Yeah.
And you might have an idea with your tracking software or with your CRM software how many times a client might use you.
Yeah.
So you can figure out lifetime value. We got some
Chuck 'em. Legend. Thanks, mate. See ya.
And once you know those two things, what a client's worth to you and how long they'll be with you, then you can start to figure out what you can spend to acquire a customer.
Yeah.
Because theoretically you could have $1 million product, you could spend $900,000 to acquire a customer to sell that product and still make $100,000.
Yeah. It's like investment, isn't it? Realistically, like it's an investment in your business, and it's one of those things that I feel like people are scared to invest in them, in themselves and in their business.
It's a big step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I think people think you start and then it's just like work flows in, you just get busy, you make all this money, but it's just not the way it goes. And like, you could be the busiest electrician, but it doesn't mean you're making any money as well. So that's like a whole nother thing of like what your overheads or whatever, but like you still, I don't know, it's like an investment that it's worth it. And as long as you're tracking it, you know how much you're spending and then how worth it is to you as well.
Absolutely. And as you said, some people have different barriers around it. Some people are quite happy just ticking along, working for themselves.
Yeah.
And, you know, making 80, 90K a year with no stress, no employees, or whatever that annual salary might be. It might be more, might be less. Some people are hungrier and they want more customers and they want to scale. Yeah. And doing that isn't hard because the leads are out there. Yeah. The work is out there. Finding them through paid media is the easy part. Yeah. Really, I think the challenges come when you get those leads. Yeah. And you start getting all the work.
Yeah. And then
like
you
what you found. And then
you got to try and
then you got to
be able to do the work. And that's when you grow. And then you got to be able to control it all and still provide the same service. And there's no point in getting busy if you can't handle it or you don't want to be able to handle it. Yeah. So you got to be.
That's right.
You got to plan for what you want to, how you want to go with it.
Yep.
And then that's the same. Like, there's no point. You got to. I think when you start, you got to set out a goal of what you want to do, how you want to be, how big do you want to be, all that stuff. Like make a bit of a plan so you know which direction you're heading in. Yep. If you go, I'm happy with a couple of guys and I can maybe take a day off because it's going to run it, run itself. Like plan for that, or you go, I'm going to take over the world. I want 50 dudes. I want 100 guys, and that's that's my plan.
How many dudes do you want?
I don't know. I used to want to go really big. I used to wanted to be like I did my apprenticeship with a company with hundreds and hundreds of employees, and that was like my goal is like I want to be a big dog.
Yep.
But now I'm like, I don't know. Now
it's a lifestyle balance question.
Yeah, it's just like I'm kind of at the point now where I'm cruising a bit more.
You got 3 kids.
Yeah, and I'm enjoying where I'm at. Like I'm not as stressed at work.
Yep.
Like I've got project managers that organise stuff, so I'm not trying to do everything, which is good. So I can imagine going that next step would mean doing all that over again. So if it happens, it happens. But I'll just see. We've grown pretty organically, and we just roll with it. Like if we get bigger, we get bigger. And the sort of the work we're looking at now is maybe pushing us that way. So if we keep going that way, I'm not afraid to try it and just take it on.
Yeah.
Like, mate, we went from 2 guys putting fans in people's houses to 7 people in an office and 20 people on the tools, sort of thing. So it's growing.
Yeah, mate. Hats off to you.
So we'll just see if it keeps going or I still have the feeling in my head that it's just all going to collapse tomorrow. I have that every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
think that's what driven people have.
Yeah. I listened to a thing about it the other day. So it was like like one of those motivational guys talking, saying like if you like people with drive will think that they're failing every day. Yep. They're never satisfied, never settle, and that's every day. I'm just waiting for it all to come crashing down, and that's why I'm trying to do more and more and more and build it and keep doing stuff and keep pushing.
Yeah, I think you're right with that analogy of being driven.
Never settle.
Yeah.
Never slow down.
Yeah. And it's not always a comfortable feeling to settle with in yourself. Having that feeling of always, having to keep the wheels turning and stay on top of the game.
Oh yeah, that's it. And that's like I think about it as I'm like, I wonder if I'll ever just be happy with where we're at and then just sort of plateau from there, or you just keep going, or I don't know, because there's always someone else coming up as well. That's the thing you got to think about. Like as soon as I'm not saying we're on the top. You know what I mean? Like you're at a happy place and you're like, oh, this is good. We're cruising, and then that's when someone else starts going building and building and building.
Life cycle.
And we'll probably like that to someone when we started, and they go, who's this guy? Well, they're growing, and then that's it. So I don't want to be that. I don't want to lose that from us. So I want to keep pushing and doing new things and doing this stuff, and it's something different.
As long as those 5-star reviews keep coming in, mate.
No more 1-star reviews. Yeah, that's it. If we get any more of those 1-star reviews, that's why you got.
No, I think 1-star reviews are a perfect opportunity for you to showcase how you handle negativity in your business. And you've got to look at it like that. You've got to look at it like, this is a great This is a great opportunity for me to explain our business to people now. And
we got it taken down. So thank you to that guy for being understandable. And I think he realised. Yeah, so it was good. So you were talking to me about a ebook. Yeah,
an ebook. We've got a free ebook for your listeners. It's a digital playbook. The blueprint basics we've been talking about today, I'll go into a lot more detail.
Yeah.
And it's something that I think every tradie or everyone in the service industry should know the basics of.
Yeah.
Before they make a decision whether they want to do it themselves or get someone to help them do it.
Yeah.
So we've put a book together for your readers. It's something we've been working on for a little while. Unlocking the Profit Powerhouse, $120,000 blueprint to skyrocket your tradesman's business with digital marketing.
Yeah, awesome.
And we'll put it in the comments.
Yeah, sick.
And people can link to it. Go through it. If they need any help with it, we're here to answer any questions.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I think that'll it's definitely something that people probably shy away from, because I think they think it's going to cost them a lot of money to do, so people don't start delving into it.
Yeah.
Without realizing that it's actually, it does pay. It kind of does. It's something that can pay for itself.
Oh.
And having the right person look after it and do it properly, and
it's something that will not only pay itself back off, but it'll repay itself back in with dividends.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of people in the industry, probably in the digital marketing industry, that have like promised a Lamborghini before and delivered a Toyota, and kind of given other people a bad name, and we're certainly out to prove that concept wrong.
I think people get scared. Like, I know we get a lot of calls from people like, oh, let us do this. And it's sort of, when you start getting that, I don't know if it feels a bit scammy or something, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel right. Like, oh, why is everyone, you know, like, what's the go? Like, you try, and like, we get calls, like, you know, 2 or 3 a day from people trying to do the Google, like that Google stuff for us. Like, oh, I just saw your business and you're not ranking well here. Like, we can change that for you. If you know, it's free. We'll give you your money back if you don't get there and do all this stuff. And and that's what makes people get those phone calls, and then they sort of get scared of.
I think there's a lot of noise out there.
Yeah.
And people making a lot of promises that, especially in the time frames, I think.
Yeah, I think there's one that go, we'll get you to rank number 1 in 8 weeks or your money back, sort of thing.
Yep.
But then there's all terms and conditions that say like that doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's all different ways around how they get out of it. And stuff like that. So it's I think it's one of those things where people are always going to jump on. It's the same as, you know, solar and people selling solars for cheap, and then there's all those things that people jump on and just kill. But there is good people out there that do the right thing, like you and other companies that are doing it properly to actually help people and not just get a paycheck yourself.
Yeah, totally.
Like, you're putting care into someone's business and you're helping them grow it, and you want to see them succeed. You're not just there to get a paycheck.
Yeah. I can't work with clients that I don't want to see succeed.
Yeah.
That's why we've been lucky to pretty much pick and choose who we work with.
Yeah.
And I can only work about projects or companies that I'm actually passionate about.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot of energy.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of thought. It takes a lot of strategy. There's a lot of research. There's a lot of time. And
you want to make sure that you can provide the services as well. Like, you're not just going to promise it to anyone if you don't believe it, you know, can be done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm in the service industry too.
Yeah. We're all selling something. We're all selling something. We're all paying for something. So that's it.
Yeah, that's. Have you heard of the triple constraint?
No.
That's an interesting concept. I learned about it the other day. It's a project management topic where you've got things that can be done good, like the quality of the work, and the other constraint is the cost. So, you know, pretty self-explanatory. And the third constraint is time, how long it's going to take.
Yeah.
And you can choose 2.
Yeah, you can't have all 3.
You can't have all 3.
Yeah. Is that in like one of those circle, you know, the circle with the graph? Where it's like
pie chart.
Yeah, the pie. Yeah. You can't have.
You can have it good.
Yeah.
And you can have it cheap.
Yeah.
But it won't be quick.
Yeah.
You can have it good, or you can have it quick and cheap.
But it won't be good.
But it won't be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think about that quite often.
Yeah.
When I'm
you get what you pay for at the end of the day, don't you? And that's the same with anything. No matter what you're doing, you get what you pay. We get it all the time. We talked about it yesterday on the episode we did. It's like, what value do we add if we're a bit more expensive than someone?
Yep.
And like, I'm talking, you know, it might be $5 an hour difference.
Yep.
Than what we charge to other people, that it's a one-man band.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we've got admin overheads and everything and project managers and all that stuff. Yeah. And that's why we charge more money, because you're getting a different service, you know?
You kind of, there's a shift away from, I mean, big companies that, 7-figure companies have shifted away from making money on time.
Yeah.
You shift into the model where you're making money on value.
Yeah. You got to add
value.
It's
about the value that you can provide your customer. And that includes everything from the T-shirt you're wearing when you rock in there.
Yeah.
The level of service that you provide them, the way that you talk to them, the speed that you get it done, the quality of the work.
And then the
follow-up.
Yeah, the follow-up. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah. So because that's it. Once the job's done, you're then dealing with the admin to do the invoicing and all that stuff. Oh, there's an issue, like whatever. Like, you still got to have. There's so many people, and so it's always with us. It comes down to like the solar side of things, because, you know, there's the TV ads where people are selling solar systems for $4,000,
right? Which
we're doing for 6 or 7.
Yep.
Well, I can get it for 4,000. It's like, sweet. You go do that. And then when you have a problem, which you will, or you try and call that company and see if they come. We're dealing with it now. We're doing one now. We're the same thing. And we're fixing it. But like you've saved, you might have saved $2,000.
Yep.
But now you've got something that doesn't work, and the person that did it isn't even answering your phone call because it's a massive company that doesn't care.
Yeah.
You're not using a local person that is like reputation to them is everything. So they're going to make sure they follow you up, and they're going to get stuff sorted. That's what people got to remember when they're spending money. You know, it's like, okay, so even with what you do, like the digital marketing, if we go for someone that wants to do it for cheaper, and it's a massive company, and then we don't get the results, who's going to answer the phone?
Yeah.
And then who's going to give me my money back? Yeah. It ain't going to happen. Yeah. Like, you know, you can work with someone is going to provide a service that if it costs more money,
you're just a number.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just a number. Yeah. So it's all relevant, hey?
Yep.
It's all the same.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, it's good. Oh, that was a good chat, mate. Like, thanks for
Thanks for having me, man.
No, that's all right.
I've been stoked to see you.
You got anything else you wanted to go through, or?
No, mate. I think that's good.
Yeah.
Wrapped it up. It was a nice chat.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Love being up here in your office.
Hey, it's good. We've gone a
VIP
bit more
lounge.
Bit more legit now. The casting couch.
Yeah, the casting couch.
It's good. Nah, I think it's good. I can't keep borrowing this, so I'm gonna have to get another setup because it is so much better.
Oh, you won't be able to go
we were just
back.
running little wireless mics and stuff. So
you won't be able to go back.
Nah.
After this.
Nah. Back to crackly audio. Well, we started with a $50 wireless Amazon mic.
Yeah.
I always do this. I'm like, fuck, I just got to buy shit from the start. Just buy, and I know what to do. I'll probably go and buy one of these. Yeah, I know. We bought $50 wireless Amazon mic. I'm like, oh, it's pretty good. Like, had no idea what I was doing. Filming it on my phone. Yeah. So it was my phone with a wireless mic, and then I got a camera, and then the Rode mics, like the wireless ones. So that was better. And then I'm like, I've got to get like proper mics.
So you've ended up spending a bit of money.
A little bit of money. This would be the biggest investment doing this.
Yeah.
But no, if people want to keep hearing it and
you're bringing value to your listeners, and that's
I think people are enjoying it. It's you know, we're doing something different every week. Every episode something different. You know, we're going from Sparky stuff, bit of business stuff, bit of more. You know, it's just bouncing around.
Yeah.
Something different. It's different to what other people are doing. So
what's next?
What's next? Next episode.
What's next for 40?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I've got some ideas of things I want to do.
Coaching.
I'm not going to be a coach. I'm not going to be a business coach. I'm not doing that. I want to do. I do want to do some
coach.
I want to do some stuff in schools. I do want to get into. Cool. My main goal, what I really want to do, I want to raise the industry standard. Like, I really want to be pushing better work, better workmanship, and having everyone on an equal plane. I just see so much bad, dodgy stuff. I want it to be better.
Yeah.
So that's a big push that I want to. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know what way to go about it, but that's something that I want to do. I want to get into schools and start talking about getting people in the trade and geeing them up from a young age, because I think it all starts from the training you get. So getting apprentices to actually be keen to do it, not just feel like they have to do it and they get pushed into it. They come to a job, they're not really into it. Like, I think if you're going, you start from an early age thinking about it and going, oh, I really do want to be a Sparky, and then you start researching it and watching videos. You can listen to this. You know what I mean? Like, start doing stuff like that.
Know that the option's there.
Yeah, just start building up
what they do, how much they can make, what's involved.
That's it.
And I never knew any of that.
Just tell people that it is like an actual good, it's a viable career option to become a tradie, and it's not just like, oh, it's what all the shit people do when they don't go to uni.
Yeah.
So that's something I want to go into. I'm doing a few things. I got a podcast. I'm going up to Brisbane on a with Dwayne Pierce, which is like a building. He's a builder, and he has like it's called like Live Life Build, and he's got it's called a Level Up podcast. So he coaches builders and stuff, and he hasn't had another tradie on. So I'm going there next week to do that.
Yeah, cool.
And then this Sunday I'm actually going on the Electricians podcast in the UK, which is like a big one over there. That's like a live one. So
is that the one you were
4:30 in the morning?
You were telling me about that you were kind of like first saw and thought, sparked your interest in doing a channel?
Yeah, I think like that. I've definitely got yeah, that's what I saw that, and I was like, oh, it's a good idea to.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of people. Most of the people doing like Sparky podcasts here are like doing business coaching sort of stuff.
Right.
I don't want it to be all about business. I want it to be more about Sparky stuff as well.
Yeah.
Because if you're an apprentice, you don't really care about business stuff. So, you know, there's might be some episodes that tweak more towards people about business, and then some that's actually about electrical and tools and stuff as well. So,
yeah, cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I got some TV showy stuff that I want to, it's not TV showy. I don't know. Like, a lot of the UK Sparkies that do like YouTube channels.
Yeah.
And I want to kind of do some stuff like that. I don't know how I want to do it yet.
Keeping up with the Ford Lord.
Yeah, something like that. I don't do
a
enough.
reality series.
It would be fucking boring because it'd just be me sitting at a desk all day. So I need to figure out how I want to.
Could spice it up.
I want to get back out and do some. It'd be more like, you know, just showcasing what we do and the team that works for us, and I think that'd be pretty cool. So I want to try and do something like that as well. So. I'm trying to work that out. Maybe with Shan, he's done a couple of videos for us, and I want to, because I just film. I've been doing some videos myself, but I want to try and get it so I guess I'm in it and I can talk about what we're doing and stuff as well. So a couple options. I just got, my brain's just ADHD. I got so much going on. Yeah. So I don't know. It's hard to like. I need to pick a focus and drive with it for a bit.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose. We're doing the Ox as well, so organising that. Yeah. There's a lot going on.
It takes a bit of energy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I think Laura hates me because I'm
pulled in a lot of directions.
I don't stop. I got so much going on.
Yeah.
I got a bit at the moment, so but I'm loving doing this. And I'm going to do some more Zoom calls with this so I can get some more different wider variety of people on. So I got some I'm just trying to organise with some Sparkies in Melbourne at the moment and do like a bit of a chat with those guys and see how it's all going down there, and just some more stuff like that. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, I think your viewers will be excited about that, and
just
I'll keep following along too.
Keep staying relevant.
Yeah, awesome.
That's it. All right, mate. Thanks for that. Cheers, buddy. Thank you.